I apologize if I'm going to embarrass anybody right now if this is not known and I'm saying it. And if I do say something that is not public knowledge and you don't want to discuss, just take the mic and go. I understand, and we'll move on. Although this is here you go. Somebody's pregnant, and I don't know if it's announced yet over there. Does it just get announced?
2 weeks ago.
Okay. So did people not?
Well,
you just found this out?
my sister found out October 31st, Halloween. She's pregnant. I found out 2 weeks later.
Okay. What's the second child?
I'm the second child.
You're the second child. And is mom's mom passed?
Yes.
Okay.
36 years.
Okay. So your mom has passed? Okay. I love your enthusiasm, but don't say anything else. The reason why is I want to make sure that I'm giving the information. Your mom is coming through acknowledging the congratulations about the child. And one of the things that she's making me feel is that you have recently been either looking at her photos or you've been looking at some of the old nostalgic types of things and trying to figure out how you can preserve what these things are. And she's making me feel that here's the deal. One of the things that a lot of people feel is that when someone's gone, you said 36 years, or somebody's gone a long time, that would they still be as connected? Would they still want to see what's going on? Absolutely. Why? Because there's no time boundaries when it comes to the love connection that you have with your family. There's no time. So we wear watches and look at calendars. Here, they don't. So as you're now looking at your life in the position of where it's going and what's happening and how the roles have shifted from you being the daughter to being the mother to now being possibly the grandmother, please know that your mom is a part of this and she sees what's taking place. She's telling me to talk about the platters that are out, or the platter. So you know, like a decorative platter?
The Merry Christmas.
She's acknowledging the platter
The one that I
being
made.
out.
Okay.
Do you still put this platter out, or do you have her platter?
I have her. Yeah, I do.
Okay, so is this something that you keep out all the time, or something you just recently put out?
I don't put it out, but I know exactly where it is, and yes.
Okay, I'm gonna say something completely ridiculous, like off the wall. You're gonna think I'm crazy. She's making me feel like if you go through one of their things, or maybe this already happened, when you go through the stuff, as you're looking through it, you find a dead mouse.
Oh, it's a big possibility.
Did this happen already?
It could have in my other house. We just moved 17 months ago.
I feel like as I'm going through the boxes, I'm finding Fievel, but he's no longer living.
Yeah.
Like it's
you know
like
what? Yeah.
So I'm feeling like this. And why is this important beyond the obvious of they see what's happening?
It was in your wedding dress, Daddy said.
Could have been in my wedding dress.
You found a dead mouse in your wedding dress?
My husband, I was away, and my husband, I used to save it, and I would just try it on to see if it still fit. And I went away, and he threw it out. He said there was all kinds of mice. It was in the cedar closet, all kinds of mice in the dress, and so he threw it out. My wedding dress.
So you found the dead mouse?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm not so crazy now, huh? You know what? You could have had this whole Cinderella thing. You could have named it Gus Gus. It could have been a whole thing. And now it's gone. The dream. Boom. Here's the deal. Is Dad Joseph?
Yeah, your dad.
My dad, Joseph.
Okay,
My
they're
father,
telling me
Joseph.
Dad Joseph.
It's my
Okay.
father.
Also passed?
Yes.
Okay, Joseph is coming through with your mother.
Oh, I knew it.
And, well, you're psychic too?
Pick
And-
some lottery numbers. Quick.
And they're telling me to tell you either May 10th, May 12th, May 11th. There's something around that period of time in May under the sign of Taurus that they
My
want me to
daughter
acknowledge.
Vanessa's having a baby.
Around that time? Is that
What's
when
her
she,
birthday?
that's her birthday? Mm-hmm. What's her
May
birthday?
5th.
May 5th. Okay. Again, it's Grandpa's way of coming through as well. Now, you were not able to communicate with your dad before he passed, apparently, because he's showing me that there was an issue of communication.
Right.
And he's making me feel like it's okay. And now, what's interesting is your dad is not a man of many, many words.
No.
Well, what he's making me feel is like when he said something, he said it in two ways: his eyes and expression, and his finger. Okay. Now, let me explain to you. What he's showing me is my grandmother. My grandmother wasn't so much with the expression with the face, but when she put her finger up, oh God, it was handed down from a lightning bolt above, and it was gonna happen. Your father's telling me to talk about the four boys, so he's acknowledging the four. He's making me feel though he is one of the four. You know, you have the three musketeers. He found another one over there, okay? He's like one of the four musketeers. So I don't know if these are his buddies and friends, if these are his cousins. I don't know
yeah.
who these are.
Yes.
It's the
Larry,
place. Let me
Gene, and
describe the
and
place.
Sonny.
Hello. Let me describe. Okay. Let me
Sorry.
describe. I don't know how long I got him on the line for, so I got to go with this. It's the place where there's the business in the front. There might have been like a mechanic shop or something.
My father was a
mechanic.
Okay.
My father was a
His
mechanic.
brother had a
What did you-
mechanic shop.
When you go in the back of this place, that's where they did the craps, or that's where they played the card games, right? And when you were a kid, you weren't allowed back there, okay? And the reason why you weren't allowed back there,
It was a barber shop.
but when you went back there, you weren't allowed back there. And the reason why is that your father would say there were some nudie patootie photos that were hanging up, correct? You remember that? Okay. He's telling me to acknowledge Anthony as well. So I don't know if that's the uncle or who, there's an Anthony reference. Actually, there's two of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you understand that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Your father is Joe?
Yes.
Then there's got to be a little Joe because he's telling me to call him
Yes,
Big
there
Joe.
is.
My brother's Joe, my younger brother.
Okay, because there's Big Joe and then there's Little Joe.
Yes.
Now, he's Joey.
Yes,
Yes.
Joe.
Okay, because they want me to call him Joey.
Yes.
Now, I don't understand something. Is he like Joseph Lewis? What? There's an L name they want me to acknowledge as well. So, connected to Joe, they're putting the L. And I have to call it, what? My job. I'm supposed to tell you, it's like the J goes with the L. So, it's like either it's the last name with the L, or there's something about like Joseph and Lou, Joseph and Louis, Joseph and Louise, Joseph
Lulu.
and Lou. There's like,
Lulu.
where's Lulu
He has
connected?
a daughter. His first child is we call
My
her Lulu.
sister's name is Mary Louise.
Okay,
We call
but
her
she goes
Lulu.
by the Lou?
Lulu.
Yes, Lulu.
Is she still here?
Lulu.
She's still here?
Yes.
Yes.
She's in Florida?
No, but my father died in Florida.
Because your dad is telling me to connect Lou with him in Florida. So if your sister was in Florida or your dad was in Florida and she was not able to be there, there's an issue there that she might feel like unresolved. Your dad is showing me pink roses. When I say pink roses, that's their way of expressing their love to you, but he's putting thorns on it. And that means that he was not always able to emote or communicate this in some way.
You're right.
And he did a lot of stuff by intimidation and fear. And the way that he did this, or the reason why he did this, it was much easier for him to try to be militant and commanding and demand the love and respect rather than give it and get it back in return. And here's what the problem is. The problem is he was a very insecure man. He was afraid that people weren't going to love him, so therefore he was going to put the wall up. That's what he did. He put the wall up, and he acted very judgmental because he was afraid that people were going to be like, you know what, you might not be such a nice person, or you know what, you might not be such a nice friend, or you might not be the best husband, and you're certainly not the best father. So therefore he would come from the position of, do what I say, and you respect me because I'm your father, and that's how it has to be, okay? Now, the one time that you saw him in a very different light had to do with either his mother when she got sick or had to do with his aunt when she got sick. The woman that was like a mother figure to him, when she took ill or she passed, you saw a different side to the father figure, okay? And I feel like what's really interesting is that it wasn't a very long period of time that we saw this. It was very, very fleeting. He's claiming he left your family. He did this? He left your family? So mom and dad were still married?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know how else to say this, but he left your family because I do not feel him as being like, I'm not feeling this. And I feel like Anna or Annette, wait. It's either Anna Marie or Anna May, or there's an,
Anne Marie was one of his granddaughters.
is she still here?
Yeah.
Okay. I
Yes.
have to say this. If I'm getting that as I'm going to use it as a validation. Your mom, saint.
Oh
She's
yeah.
definitely
Oh,
saint.
Absolute
yeah.
saint. And I will say protected the family. No, protected him. She
did.
protected the image of him in the
You were
family.
right on.
The feeling that he's giving me is one of validation to her
To your
because I
mother,
think
to
it's
mother.
yep, it's important that she knows. She's still here?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's
It
gonna
is-
be 90.
It is important. I don't care if she's 125. It is important for her to hear that he sees what he did to her. He
Wow.
understands the pressure he put on her. He
God.
suppressed the crap out of this woman like
Holy-
nobody's
yes,
business.
Holy, you're
okay?
right on.
Do you know why? Because he was afraid
Insecure.
that people were going to see him, and he didn't have that. Now, he's apologizing to you for not being the quote-unquote dad that you needed, but you far surpassed him in the dad position. So
yes.
what's really important is you need to know that he sees what you've done, and he's proud of that. And he's telling me that you have a hidden secret, apparently. You like to sing.
He does?
Me sing?
Yes.
Really?
There's I could be wrong, but according to him, there was when you were like 23, 24 years old, you were on stage.
He was a speaker occasionally.
Where did you speak?
I'm a
Las
doctor,
Vegas.
so I was speaking to a group of about 3,000 doctors.
And had Dad known this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because Dad is telling me to talk about your, what I'm going to call your performance,
Oh, yes.
and being proud of your accomplishment and what you did,
Yes.
but he's putting music behind it. So that's why I'm interpreting as being music. He
I
definitely
played
wants me-
instruments.
He's telling me to talk about you performing.
never
He
Did-
played the accordion.
Did
when
you
he
do
was a
that for your
little
dad?
boy. He made
What
him-
Italian kid doesn't play the accordion?
He made him do it.
This Italian kid didn't play the accordion.
No? You didn't have a father like mine.
No, I didn't actually. No, I have to tell you, there's definitely a musical reference, and I feel like it's, again, I could be putting the two things together. That there's the musical component, and then there's the speaking. But he's putting you up in front of people. Again, I think what is this? It's a validation of I'm proud of what you've done. I'm proud of your accomplishments. And you know when somebody can't understand like what somebody else does because it just doesn't, they don't fathom it, but everybody else is like, wow. That's the feeling that I have where your dad's concerned. Like, I think this is important. Now, how would you feel about twins?
Yes! Yes! That was my question. That was what I was going to ask you. Oh my God. My you know what is very weird because I went to the doctor. I've been going to acupuncture to get pregnant for 8 or 9 months. My husband is a New York City firefighter. We couldn't get pregnant. My sister came home pregnant on her honeymoon. I've been going to
Bitch, no.
acupuncture, and first time the acupuncturist did my pulses, they can tell what you're having. And he said to me, I see 2 babies.
I
And
do
I went
too.
to the doctor, they saw 1 sac. And my next doctor's appointment is Monday, and I went back to acupuncturist, and he told me again, I see 2. You see 2.
I see too.
Do you know what they are?
I don't. They're babies. But let me tell you.
Come back after Monday and I'll tell you.
Symbolically for me,
Listen,
if I see 2 children back to back, that to me doesn't mean you're just having twins. That means that there'll be 2 children back to back.
Oh, like,
And let me say, it could be because your sister
Right.
and you are having the two
Back to
babies.
back.
So I have to be very, very clear. Now, if I saw the sign of Gemini, then I would say to you, more likely I'm seeing twins in that capacity. But I would not rule it out because it is in your energy, seriously. So I don't know if it's in your energy because that's going to be that's what you're contemplating or hoping or wishing for. But it does seem like that's going to be the case. I know you said you just moved, but there's another move. There's another move coming up in the family. So whether that be somebody's
yes,
buying
there is.
them
My other daughter bought a house, and I think
Today.
it went through today.
yeah, there's another move. So here's the deal. Your mom, Big Joe,
Amazing.
Uncle Frank, by the way, too.
Uncle
Yes,
Frank just
Uncle
died.
just
He
died.
just died.
I know Uncle Frank's here because they just said
Hi,
Uncle Frank. They're
Like,
all
like
they're-
a month.
They're all making me feel it doesn't matter how long they're there. It just matters if they're there. They're all making me feel like they've got their to pardon the expression, the finger on the pulse of what's happening on the family. Somebody's bragging that they helped build the railroad.
Railroad
grandfather.
ties.
My grandfather.
My father worked on the railroad.
And your
His,
father works- but your father's not
you,
dead.
you put railroad ties when we had your.
No, but
first
somebody's
office.
telling me that they actually worked on the railroad.
My father, my 2 grandfathers.
Dad's passed?
Grandfather's
No,
passed.
this is somebody who's passed.
Your
They're
grandfather's
they're
Both
bragging.
my grandfathers.
They're bragging that they put like one of the first railroads in. Like
Okay.
it's not like they repaired it or they worked on it. It's
Okay.
like it's almost like they designed it, they built it, they put it there. I'll even take it as far as telling you that the original one that they put in, they ripped up and they've rerouted it in a different direction. So that should help you understand
Okay.
which is the one I'm talking about.
Okay.
And somebody's got a very weird nickname. Don't say it. They have like a real name, and then they have a nickname that's got like like Ugio or like Igio or something like that. There's like there's like a weird name like Oogie or
Pippi?
Say it again.
Pippi.
Absolutely not. It's like a Ugio or
That's my father coming through. My mother's only other boyfriend before she married him. His
Iggy.
name was Iggy.
Iggy.
Ignatz. Ignatz, they called him.
Ignuts. Yeah, it sounds like saying Iggy or Oogie or whatever this is.
My father always used
Always
to say,
made fun of
"You're
her."
so lucky you didn't marry him and you married me." He always said,
So he's being consistent.
"Oh yeah."
So as you're apologizing to mom, throw that in because then she'll know that it's really truly him.
Oh my God.
Alrighty?
My God.
And I don't know if you know this, but their anniversary is coming up.
Yeah.
They're whose anniversary?
Mom and Dad's. Mom and Dad's anniversary
Okay.
of when they first dated or met is coming up.
Whose? Ours?
I don't know. Mom and Dad's anniversary of when they first.
Well, their anniversary is going to be right when she's going to have the baby.
Yeah, no, but well, okay.
February is somebody's anniversary. When they first met. Ask your mom when she first met your dad.
Okay. I will.
I bet she'll tell you February. At the end, around the 27th, 28th, because I'm seeing my Aunt Rachel. Unless that's your mom's name. But they're telling me to acknowledge my Aunt Rachel, which would be the end of February. Her birthday's February 28th. Alrighty? Guys, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.